Hey everybody, welcome to Canadian Brew Channel. It's Sean here, my brother Brian.
How you doing?
Brian, you remember from our last video we did. This is my little brother. And today, again, we're gonna have another tasting video by the Furnace Room Brewery, and this one is called Rain or Shine, and it is a wheat beer. Apparently I was told it's a Hefeweizen. So, with no further ado, I'm gonna read what's on the back of this. This is kind of cool. So, just for a bit of background here, there is a festival, Brian, that you introduced to me to that I missed the first year of.
Yep, you did.
Yep. Head for the Hills.
Head for the Hills.
Yep.
I've done every year I've been there. I will be there again.
It's a beer festival,
Yep.
and I'll put me a little link down the bottom to go to that website, and they may even be sold out now.
Yeah.
It's in September, and it's for charity, which is awesome, and it's where all the local breweries in around the area come and show off their beers. And this year is the first time that the Furnace Room is going to be there. They tried last year. It was just a little too close that they couldn't make it, but this year they will be there, and this is one of their featured beers they're going to have there. So, rain or shine, what's the best way to watch 5,000 people drinking great craft beer for charity? Getting soaked in the rain. We've been there.
Been there, done that.
Roasting in the sun. Been there.
Yeah.
Yep. When friends are enjoying the Furnace Room's Rain or Shine at the Georgetown Craft Beer Festival, the answer is, who cares? We're making the world better, one brew at a time. Rain or shine, the weather's fine, and so are limited editions. This is a limited edition, so get it when you can. Wheat beer, where 50 cents from each can is donated locally. And they got on the side here, what do we got? The Lions Club, the Rotary, Twines International, and KIN Canada.
Yep.
So you're helping out with some
Drinking beer.
and having fun. There's nothing better than that. So with no further ado, let's get this can open and
Looking
get
forward
this
to this
beer
one.
started.
I saw this one come out on their social media, and
Yep.
it was one of my requests to try. I love the name. I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
I've been to every beer fest. First one was a complete rain out, and the rest have been disgustingly hot, and it's amazing. So this beer has got to work.
So if you check this out, Brian, we'd had a wheat beer our last one. This is also a wheat style beer, so
Absolutely.
you can see that it is not clear.
Yep.
No, and when you take your first smell of this, this is a German style beer.
Oh yeah.
So those hops come right out at you.
Yep.
Completely different smell,
different
and
than
wait
the last
till you have the taste on it too. So just to get a picture of this beer here. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Like I said, I've been to Germany. I was lucky to go to the Oktoberfest too.
Wow.
And for business, so I didn't have to pay for it. It was
Yep.
amazing. But I'll say that it opened up my eyes to all the different kinds of beers when I used to just drink regular beer. And I'm glad that these guys are doing that. They have a Kolsch style beer that I've done a review on as well. And if you don't know what a Kolsch is, go and read about that online. It's pretty cool why it's a Kolsch beer. And it has to do with basically trying to lager an ale to make it taste like a lager. But this is a wheat beer that's a Hefeweizen, I think is what they told me when I picked it up. But let's try this out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To Beer Fest. Well, that's neat, eh?
Isn't that different?
That's good, yeah. It doesn't have that lasting bite either.
Nope.
It's smooth.
It grabs
but a
all
lot
around
of
your
flavor.
mouth, and it's a different kind of hop than Canadian beers would use.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what this hop, the hops. There'd be probably a few hops in this, but they obviously have probably done either a hop stand or a whirlpool, because
really good.
the flavor of the hop is right in there. It sits on your palate. It's not a bittering beer.
No, not at all.
It's refreshing as well.
Yep.
That's why this whole rain or shine is. You could drink this in the rain. You could drink this in the sunshine.
Yep.
And I will definitely have this
Yeah, you better bring lots of kegs.
at the beer festival.
It's not gonna have lots
Yeah,
of this
for
too.
sure.
Excellent beer.
Yeah, see, it's so different.
And it doesn't sit there
Nope.
where you feel that bitter. I don't know, some beers I drink that are hoppy, they just kind of sit there and like you said, you gotta drink water afterwards.
No, and
but
that's what I like about this whole movement in the last probably 5 or 6 years. A lot of it came from New England IPAs started doing it, where they call them like a juicy fruit, where the hops don't have to be bitter. There's 3 types of ways that you can use a hop. The old-fashioned way was bittering, where you just put it in the boil and you just let it boil and boil, and it extracts all of the bitterness out of the hop plant. Then or the cone. It's basically a hop cone.
Right.
Then if you let it sit in what's called like a steep, almost like when you do tea, you let it steep, or you do what's called a whirlpool, then you get all of the flavors out of that hop because you don't boil off all the oils. If you then what's called dry hop, which is put the hops in after you've started fermenting the beer when it's cold, that gives you the aroma. And aroma is so important in beer.
Yeah.
If you plug your nose and drink a beer, it takes away a lot of that, the whole tasting experience. Yeah. And this one here, the aroma is very close to the flavor, which is great. So as you drink it and smell it, and that's why I don't drink out of a can anymore.
Because you get it to...
Well, first of all, I don't like drinking out of a can because you're sucking back this aluminum thing here. And your nose is up here over by this... And people say, oh, drinking out of a can tastes tinny. No, that's because you're smelling the top of the can. You pour it into a glass, and there's different glasses for different things. This one here has a bit of a rounded edge at the top, so you can get your nose right in there, and it makes a difference. And this beer, you want to really smell it and drink it at the same time. Hold it in your mouth for a few seconds, you get even more. So
it's funny you say that. I was at the Niagara-on-the-Lake yesterday, and I asked the guy why they serve different wines in different sized glasses.
Beer's the same.
And it was the same thing. He said that
beer's the same.
A red wine, you want it to be open glass, more aroma. Otherwise, it channels it through. So there you go. With beer, a good beer should be drinking in a wide glass.
And I don't know if anyone will agree with me on this, unless you're a beer person who's a connoisseur of beer. There's actually a name for that, for a beer person. But there are more beers than there are wines, and beer is much more complicated than wine. Hate to say it, but it's true.
I'm sure.
It's true. Wine, you get grapes, you put them in a cask, you let them ferment. The only thing that they can do is temperatures of the fermentation and the types of yeast, and there's not a lot of yeast strains for wine, okay? Because it's a higher alcohol content. Beer is 4 main ingredients which you can play around with, and it's endless. So
amazing.
No, beer I think is going to, oversee wine.
Yeah.
Furnace Room, you guys did a great job at this again.
Oh, it's so good.
I can't wait to go to Head for the Hills. All right, another plug for Head for the Hills and another plug for the Furnace Room. You guys did an awesome job with this. My brother's first ever place.
Excellent. Good job, guys.
Thanks, guys. Cheers, Canadian Brewed Channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. Have a great day.